All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on ethical hacking. We're separating the Hollywood fantasy from the day-to-day reality to find out what it really means to break into computer systems and get paid for it. So, when you picture a hacker, what pops into your head? Probably someone in a hoodie, typing like crazy, breaking into any system they want, right? Basically, just getting paid to joyride on the internet. It sounds awesome, for sure. But is that really the job? Yeah, not quite. While the hacking part is absolutely fun, there's a saying in the industry: we hack for fun, but we get paid to deliver a report. See, the real goal isn't just to break stuff. It's to give the client a super detailed roadmap showing them exactly how to get more secure. The final product isn't chaos, it's clarity. To really get this, you gotta think of it like a pyramid, because not all security testing is the same thing. There are these clear levels, and each one builds on the last, getting more complex, more in-depth, and way more hands-on. Okay, so at the base, the widest part of the pyramid, you've got vulnerability scanning. This is all automated. It's like casting a huge net to find all the common, known weak spots. Then you move up a level to penetration testing, or pen testing. This is where a skilled person comes in and actively tries to break through those weak spots to see what damage they could actually do. And right at the very top, the peak of the pyramid, is red teaming. This is the whole shebang, a full-on simulation of a real-world attack, testing not just the technology, but the people and the processes behind it. Now, here's a huge difference between an ethical hacker and a real attacker. An ethical hacker can't just do whatever they feel like. Nope. Every single test is a formal project that kicks off with a detailed mission plan. You have to lay out the goals and, maybe most importantly, the rules. And this planning part is absolutely crucial. The goals can be really broad, like, hey, just test our detection capabilities. Or they can be super specific, like, we need you to simulate a bank heist and see if you can actually move money out of an account. The limitations are just as important. The client might say, you can try to break into our payment system, but please do not crash our entire website in the middle of the holiday shopping season. These rules make sure the test is useful without, being destructive. This chart really drives home just how big the commitment gets. A vulnerability scan, that might take about a week of work. A pen test, maybe a couple of weeks. But a full red team engagement, that can go on for 4 months. You can see how the investment in time and resources just explodes as you climb up that pyramid. So how does an ethical hacker actually think about a target? Well, it's a fundamentally different approach from how a system gets built in the first place. We're talking about looking at a problem from the outside in, not the inside out. Let's just compare these two mindsets for a second. On one hand, you've got the security architect. They work from the inside out. They're at a whiteboard with system diagrams, trying to design security into the system before it's even built. The ethical hacker, they do the complete opposite. They work outside in, starting from a keyboard with zero inside knowledge, exactly like a real attacker would, just to see what they can find. And that process usually follows 3 stages. First up is reconnaissance. This is basically casing the joint, gathering all the public information you can find, from employee social media profiles to data dumps on the dark web. Next comes probing. This is when they start actively scanning the target, looking for a way in. And finally, the goal is to establish a foothold. That's getting that first bit of access inside the network. Once they're in, a whole new phase of the attack can begin. Okay, so this isn't just random guesswork, right? Ethical hackers rely on a really structured playbook and a powerful set of tools. This is what makes their attacks repeatable, understandable, and, well, professional. One of the most important playbooks out there is the MITRE ATT&CK framework. The easiest way to think about it is like a massive open source encyclopedia of every cyber attack technique known to humanity. It lists out all the tactics and procedures attackers use. This is huge because it creates a common language for the entire security industry to talk about threats. And for an ethical hacker, it's basically a comprehensive checklist of things to try. The tools they use also change, depending on the job. For vulnerability scanning, you've got automated tools like Nessus. For pen testing, things like Nmap for mapping networks and Burp Suite for websites are absolutely essential. But then, look at red teaming. Right next to the advanced command and control software, what do you see? PowerPoint and Word. It seems totally out of place, right? But it brings us right back to the beginning. The most critical part of the job is clearly communicating what you found in that final report. And that communication, that rapport, is so vital, because real security isn't just about firewalls and software. It's about the entire organization, the entire ecosystem. It truly is a team sport. The security of any organization really does rest on these three pillars. You can have the best, most expensive technology in the world, but if your people, the defensive blue team, don't know how to use it, or if your processes for responding to an alarm are broken, then you are still wide open. A real red team engagement is designed to put all three of those pillars under the stress of a simulated real-world attack. So, I'll leave you with this one last thought. The hard reality is that your security is always being tested, whether you know about it or not. The only real question you have to answer is, who do you want doing the testing? A friendly, ethical hacker who's going to give you a report so you can fix the problems, or a real adversary who has much, much worse in mind?